All right. Can, oops. Can you guys hear me okay now? Okay. All right. So what I was what I was jabbering to myself is that I've been having a lot of difficulty with my internet, and I'm not sure if it's the people's internet that I'm watching or if it's my own. So let me know if it gets goofy and I forgot to click on something for the volume, and my get up here won't let me go back in after I'm streaming to change anything on my camera. So I have to log. Anyway, it's a long, stupid story. So I didn't know what to do that didn't take brain power. I thought gluing. And if you guys, can suggest something else you want to, you know, do or see or play with, just let me know. I just didn't have the brain power to come up with anything intelligent. So, so if you have requests, feel free. Until you come up with one, I'm gluing. Black and white. We're gluing black and white. We're going in. And I got plenty of stuff to play with. I think. Hello, everybody. Well, it's intelligent for some people if they like really plan and, use their brain. I don't. I confess, I don't use my brain when I'm gluing. So I'm not gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. So I have a folder here that has, I've just been throwing some stuff in a folder, and it's been saying, I want a home, I want a home, I want a home. So we'll see what we give a home to first. Maybe somewhere in here. And if the camera starts going crazy, because sometimes it doesn't like certain patterns, I'll have to flip the page. She's just so cool. I love her. And I did throw a few pieces of red in here because, I can't resist my red. And I have to have my architecture. I love my architecture. Oh, Sally, you see, you, me, we understand each other. This black and white thing. Oh, isn't she cool? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think you guys that come around enough, my favorite glue book is my finished Get a Spine one, which is black and white, and then my other one is the black and white. I've got two full black and white. Ooh, black and whites. I'm just picking a few out that I think I want to cut out and glue, and then we'll go from there. Ooh. See, this is what I want to do. I better not cut this up. Okay, I know I talk myself silly of plans that I have, and I don't do it. And I don't know why I don't do it. Because in my head, the plan is so clear. And then when I get my stuff out to start it, I'm just stuck. I can't do it. I can't do it at all. But my clear plan that I cannot make happen, cannot realize, are openings and doorways and portals and gates and all those things that somehow open or are a gateway to somewhere else. I want a whole journal, just that. And for some reason, now see these pictures right here, exactly what I'm talking about. These are the types of things that would be in that journal. So I'm not going to cut these up, because if I do, I will be mad at myself. I want those in that journal. And I really want to make it happen. I really, really, really want it to happen. Oh, and I like. Okay, so enough of going through my folder. Let's just pick a few things and start cutting and gluing, and then let the inspiration go from there. Right, 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 right. Hey, who got a printer? Ooh, I have one of those. I got the wrong one, though. I'll be honest with you. I didn't know enough about them when I bought them. And if I knew what I know now, I would have gotten a different model. But I'm not going to complain because I've had it about 2 years, and I've only had to replace the ink once. I am not complaining at all. Oh, you'll have fun, Laura. Have you set it up yet? Don't wait. Don't wait. And that temporary ink, not temporary. What am I saying? Temporary. The ink that they give you, it lasts a long time. You won't even have to replace that for a long time. So, oh, I'm not even in frame. Oh my goodness. What am I doing? And you know, I hate cutting, so my cutting is not that great. Well, I say I hate it, but I don't really hate it. I don't like the real intricate stuff that some people like going around the flowers and the leaves, and oh no. That to me is not relaxing. It's stressful to me. Then I end up chopping off half the leaves, and it looks really bad. So anyway, I got really excited because the other day we started clearing out that front porch. I may have mentioned it already. So it's giving me a lot of room. Cleaned out some more this morning. When I say clean out, really basically straighten it up. When we moved all that stuff from another room in here, we just kind of like all just threw it all in there. Didn't go through it. We just didn't do it right. We just wanted to get it out of the other room so I could get that one set up with my shelves. And anyway, so now I'm going through the stuff and, you know, putting them in its proper containers so that they can stack and all that kind of good stuff. So now there's floor space in there. Before, you know, all the stuff was in there, but in reality, I couldn't use it because I couldn't walk, you know, to even see or get anything because I'd fall over a big bucket or something. So what do those shoes look like? I can't see them because the background's dark. And it's like, wait a minute, that does not look like a good leg to me. That's still a fat leg. I know it's got to match her other leg. Okay. Well, she's got to have, see, I can't even see her heels. I know she's got heels, but I can't see them, so I'll have to fake it. Oh well. What can I do? Yeah, just give me some big cuts and I'm happy. Oh, I forgot to cut under her arm. Ha! Ha! Okay. And that isn't even too fussy there. It was more fussy on her heels. Yeah, I envy those ladies that, you know, talk about fussy cutting like it's something exciting. I'm going, oh, please. I don't think so. What's this? Oh, I'm not using that. And I need something to put my glue on. So, what's there? I just a mess. That's okay. So you just want me to glue, or did you want to do something else, or I'm game. I'm just gluing until somebody says something else. I didn't want you looking here at a blank piece of paper with no action. Looks like she's ready to go kick some butt. See, I already like her already. Yay! I'm going to move it because I think my camera doesn't like that too much. Oh, and I have to put her somewhere. She's so pretty. You know that would be cool, but this is too small because it says it's a taxi, but they're watching a movie. But wouldn't it be cool if they were watching her? But my book isn't big enough for that to happen, I don't think. But that. Let me see something here. Oh, where is? You know it would be cool. You guys know what I'm talking about. And you know it would be cool. I know you know. I know you know what I'm talking about. Okay. That first. And then got to a little bit of that's cute to save later. Okay, I don't know where this is going to end, so let me just cut this for now. And then let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. All right, so now I've got to cut her out. And what was the name of that movie she was in when they were in Paris? I know there's a movie. I just don't remember names of movies, but I know there was one with her, and it had something to do with Paris. You know, an oldie. See, this right here is too fussy already. Okay, so. Breakfast at Tiffany's. I knew somebody would know. Okay, so, and then that's Paris right there. I don't know. I think it's kind of, I don't know if it works for you guys, but it kind of works for me. Let me see if I want it on a different background. Ooh, that looks very ooh la la. Oh, see, that looks very graffiti-ish, which is kind of artsy, right? Looks kind of artsy. But see, this used to look black and white. Now it looks beige and white. I mean beige and black. Oop, that's too small. Too small, too small, too small. Oops, it looks like all the rest are, oh, that might fit. I'm liking kind of sort of the graffiti-ish look. Ooh, let's see. No, I think I still like, where did it go? Was it that one or was it this one? Now I don't remember which one I liked better. What kind of a deal is that? Was it? No, it wasn't that one. Ah, this one. I like this one. I'm not sure why, but I just kind of do. And I kind of want her to be able to move around. She's in a movie. But I don't want her to pop out. Well, that's kind of... Huh. We should have her move, huh? But if I put something to stop her from coming all the way up, then she's not going to be able to move. Because then that thing will be sticking out on the sides. I have to think this through. Well, not too many people are going to touch it. You know, me and a couple of people. So what I'll do is I'll just glue all this down and just glue it on the edge so that she's free to move around. All right? Now, don't let me do this wrong because it's okay. First of all, that's got to get cut like about right there. Now, holler at me if I start doing something wrong, because sometimes I have a plan and then something goes really bad really fast. Oh, a piece of thread. Clever. I like that. That way she can't get pulled out all the way. See, that's why I have smart people in the chat. That's why I have smart people in there. Okay, hold on. Let me see what I got here. I think I just was too smart and I put some stuff away. I'll be right back. Okay. For all you smart people. So, let's start off with a little piece. And then we'll cut it short because I don't want her to go that far out, right? And then we'll glue it to the other part of whoops. No oops, Rosemary. You were looking at the wrong black. Okay. So, how far do we want her to go out? We don't want her to go out any further than, say, like that, because then she'll scare people. So then we'll tape that down there, and then she can go in and around her back. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for giving me that idea, because it's perfect. Alrighty. Okay, so let's just put a little piece of tape back here. Well, yeah. Well, it can go up here. Because, yeah. Don't overthink this, Rosemary. Because I have to be able to put glue down here. Okay. And then she doesn't go all the way out. Oh, no. See, I overthought it. The glue, I can't do that. I got to put the tape further down. Good thing I checked before I started gluing. Oh, it's got to be down here. Because then she can't go down if she's taped right there. Okay. Okay. Now she can go up and down. Woohoo! Okay. She can go up and down, across, and all over the place. Happy day. All right. So, which means on the top, we can put all the glue we want. Right? Right. Don't glue her. Right. And then over here, only on the edge, because you want her to be able to move. Whoops. And over here on the edge, because you want her to move. And on the edge, because she's got to be able to move. I keep saying that to remind myself, because I'll go do something stupid and put the glue all over the place. Oh! See? That's the kind of stupid stuff I do. All right. So, we don't want to glue her. And then, oh, I forgot to, I'll do that later. Cut the bottom off. Hello. Ha 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 ha. Bonjour. Oh, she can go pretty far down there. Cool. I love it. Sorry for getting excited, but what? What, Sally? You're screaming no what? What did I do? No. What? When I went and kind of glued her the back of her neck? What did I do wrong? Don't tell me. Don't tell me now. If I can't fix it, please don't tell me. Oh, and that strip of that beige is there. I don't even like that. I'll probably come back with, I think I'll probably get some black paint, because that's part of the picture. I can't. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. See, it's all crooked over here. It was straight before. I think I'm going to cut that off. I don't like it at all. Let me get a longer pair of scissors and I'll cut that off. I don't like that beige showing. Especially since it's not even really like white. It might be okay if it was white, but it's not white. Ah, much better. Ta-da! Oh, happy Okay. Okay. All right. Next. I'll probably later on I'll glue some fake arms on her or something. So she can like be pointing or something. I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what. But something. Okay. So let's start back. Well, I don't have that many now that I took out all of my favorite ones, which and see, I probably shouldn't even use this because that's like the same kind of thing I want to put in my book. See, I'm stressing out now. I don't have anything left but a bird. I got to go back to my folder. Okay. I think that is a good place to put the bird. I think that's a pretty cool place to put the bird. Okay, too much the same color. Maybe I need a black and white page. I mean a white page. All white. All white. Oh, I already see a problem. You're not going to see his head because his head's going to be the same color. So this may not work. I already see a problem. I need a, and another problem. See, look what I'm doing. This needs to go in my other book. It looks like I'm doing the wrong book. Do you see what I'm saying? Everything I've got needs to go in that other book. You know that it's all these things are just calling to me. To see, look. I was gonna get this right now and say, okay, I need a light background to put his head in. So I was gonna go for this one. And what the heck is that? Same thing all over again. That's okay. I'm gonna put it in there anyway. But you see what I'm saying? This needs to go in my book too. My other book. I need to really start that book. It's right there on the tip of my brain, and everything I look at that I get to use needs to go in that book. That's just crazy time. All right, so he's there going, say what? I think he would like living there. Let me see. I have to have something speak to me. And for some reason, Yeah. Hmm. A little curtain back there never hurt anybody. Come back, Sally. Thank you. Let's see. Darla, it's your birthday today? Okay. I think I like it. I'm not even going to ask your opinion because I already like it. Yep. Okay. Oops, where's the one I was using? All right, so let me put the eye on here. That goes there. Oops, don't put it upside down. Don't put it upside down, Rosemary. Darla, did you get my email? I think this is going to come out kind of cool. I don't care what anybody says. I like it. Okay. Ta-da! I like it. All right, next. Let me see. I have some stuff in here I forgot about. Ooh. I need more collections. That's all I can say. All right. So, well, we got a grand total of two and a half. I just glued her down, but really haven't done anything. She needs red there. I need to find something with some red to snazz that picture up. So I do have a few pieces here. And let's see. Okay, here's a little flower. Maybe it can go on her dress, maybe. Over here. I don't know yet. I'll just cut them out and then we'll figure out where they're going to go. Took the camera off of that. It does not like that. I know, I don't like the fussy cut. But you gotta do what you gotta do. All right, so now we are supposed to have rain all day tomorrow. Oh, happy day. We've had such nice weather. And it was really nice today. It was like in the 70s. And, it should be in the 50s here at the very least, maybe 40s. And then my husband and I were just sitting down having dinner, and we heard the biggest kaboom, one big giant thunderclapper. And it was so loud. All of the dogs in the neighborhood started barking. Two of our dogs were outside, and one was banging at the door. Let me in. Oh, and it was just that one. It was, we were told we're going to get a storm starting like around midnight or so. But I guess that was just, a little cool air coming in, hitting that warm air, and man, bab boom. And it was the only one. That was it. We haven't heard anything since. But it should start about midnight. We'll have some thunder. I actually like the thunder and lightning if it weren't for the fact that one of my dogs gets quite upset about it. But I think I don't know. I like it. I don't know why. Hmm. Whoops. Okay. I call that page done for now. What do you guys think? I like it. Hey, where'd my water go? Here it is. Oops. I'm losing stuff. Okay. I might have to save that. We'll see. We'll see. See, now here, I'm not going to fussy cut her crazy hair. That's a little too much for me. And see, that little piece of crazy hair going out there is what gave her character, but I just made her lose her character, but that's okay. She'll have to find it another way. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? All right. So, I'm not sure where this is going, or if it is. Maybe this will help her get some of her character back. It looks like a man-eating flower. I don't think that's going to work. In my head, it was going to work. You know how that happens sometimes. Oh, that's going to look great. No. No, it serves absolutely no purpose. Okay, let's glue her in and maybe later on I'll come up with something. Oops, I need to cut her first. Just roughly. I'll do it nicer after she's dry. Ooh, what if it was coming out of her shirt? Ooh, doesn't it look like it's her heart? You know, like the valve that comes out of the heart. She has an enlarged heart. See? It did work. It did work. You just have to keep playing around with it. The poor woman has an enlarged heart. That either means she has too much love to give, or no one has ever wanted her love and her heart just keeps growing, or she's just plain disfigured. So, you know, A, B, or C. A, B, or C works. You're seeing it's a mirror image. She's looking in the mirror. Smarty pants. It's a photograph. It flips it. Thank you. You got to be quick with these ladies. They notice everything. Nothing gets past them. Okay. Another one done for now. Alrighty. So we have a grand total of, and I don't think this page is done yet, but you know, okay. 1. How many did we get done? 2. 3. 4. The hawkish eye. That's all we gotten done so far. That's not too bad, you know. I'm kind of a slow pokey at this. Okay, what else do I have to work with? Oh, Lorna, you're just smart. That's all. Accept it. I think she's pretty. And I don't want her cut out. I want her torn out. See, look, people. She's got the door. Again. I need to make that journal. I'm telling you. You guys just understand how I'm driven by that. And I say I don't want to put that too far down because I don't want to miss the keyhole. So I need to find a full page one. That one's too short. I don't want to lose that. I need a full page white. There we go. And she needs to go all the way up there. Good. See, I don't lose that part. So I like that. Now, I like the texture on. I like the texture of that. Maybe yes, maybe no. Plan B. Plan B. need to cut more hair off. I kind of sort of like that. What do you guys think? I like it. I like it. Mikey likes it. No. 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 No, 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 no. Uh, hmm. I like the color, but I don't like the texture. So, just for that, is that piece big enough? Well, maybe I'll just have to leave it and figure out later if there's something else I want to put in there. Because it can always be done later. It does not have to be done now. Right, 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 right. Actually, it looks kind of cute over her head, huh? I'll need to put this on something a little stiffer first and cut it out. I can do that, though. I have the technology. Where did that go? How about if I use a fishy? No. Oh, how about a fish on her head? I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, so let me glue her down first. I know she's going there, so let's trim her off. Let's trim her off a little bit. So I'm not gluing all this stuff that I don't have to glue. Right there. And about right there. Alrighty. Yeah, I think I like to start over her head myself too. I think we might go that way. I just got to go find myself a little piece of something to make it a little more stabilized, a little stiffer. Okay, I like that. I should have saved one of those little red flowers to put in the middle of her crown. I have to go on the hunt for some little more red flowers. They're on the back of this one. They're all on the dress here on the back. I can't get them. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Get the goobers off the hand. I have my little towel here. I don't know what I did with it. I gotta go find it. Okay. Okay. I like how she looks. And now I just need to get me. I'll be right back. Oh wait, I might have something right here. Um, yeah. Oh my goodness, look at this mess. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, hold on. I gotta clean this up after I do this star. I got it all over the lid. I have it all over me. I have it all over everything. Not good. Oops. I thought this fit. Yeah, it does. Okay, so what I did is I put it on a piece of, whoops, I'm going to need to trim this. I don't want the white showing on this side. Okay, so what I did, I put it on some black and white cardstock. This is black flocking, so I thought what shows on the other side, however I put it, it still would be the black and white thing. All right, so I'm that little piece of tape. This pure gold is where I have thought about making a journal. Oh, thank you, Tanya. You need to do it. It is fun. Make one like this. Black and white, black and white, black and white. Okay, let me get a little piece of this tape. And let me see exactly where I want it. Because now it can go anywhere because it's got a backing. I think it looks kind of cool right there. Oh, it'd be right there. Elongates the picture. I like that one better. Okay, I've decided. I'm not going to ask you. I'm not going to ask you. I'm going to put it right there. Whoops. Yeah, right there. I just got some double stick tape. And if with the movement, I don't feel it's secure enough, then I'll just put, some more tape or glue underneath. But for now, I think it works. And I can always change it if I feel that it doesn't work. So now what I need to do is I need something in the center. So let me hunt through my stuff here. What is this? Oh yeah, I forgot I put those in there. Look at that. These were cards. Aren't these cool cards? These are artists. Where were they? This was... Hold on one second. I'm online right now. Yeah, I got my coat and everything. All right, thank you. I thought I heard little noises at the door. It was my husband. He didn't want to interrupt, so he just opened the door and threw some stuff in. He brought me an umbrella because it's starting to sprinkle. And look what he got me at the library. Look at this. And don't ask me to pronounce that word because I always say it wrong. But it has 107 plates. And I started reading about the whole history of that earlier. It was pretty interesting. But that'll be for another day. But look. Live people, dead people, children, weddings. Kind of sad, sick-looking people. All kinds of people. Wedding. Looks like she's at a funeral. She's happy he's dead, I guess. I don't know. Isn't that cool? Ooh, someone's hat. Oh my. Okay, I'm not even going to ask. Anyway, I had left it over at the house, so he dropped it by. So I'll have fun playing with that later. Uh-oh, Lorna, what are you doing with your beeswax? I want that book. No, my hubby got it for me. Anyway, these are business cards from artists. These were, I think, in New Mexico. I got those at some, gallery or something. But aren't those cool cards? Look at that. This was a photographer. I can't remember. I don't remember at all. I think he was a photographer too. But anyway, very cool. So I'm going to put those. These will end up in this book. Ooh, and I have the picture. Hold on. I got the picture that's going to go with it. I just remember I have it here somewhere. Here we go. Okay, that'll be the next one we work on. Where will it go? I'll figure out the background, but I don't want it on something that dark. Maybe something like that. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. No. No, it's not speaking to me. It's got to speak to me. The first time I see it, it's yes or no. And when it's like, okay, I'm liking this one already. All right. That one spoke to me right away. Bing, bang, boom. That one's going to go there. All right. Anyway, I was taking off to go get something. What was I going to do? And I heard my husband. What was I doing? Oh, yeah, I was going to clean up. Yeah, I know. I know what I was doing. Never mind. All right. I need to clean this off because this is a total mess. You know what? The little stick to it, I would never be able to get it off. You guys know how that goes. Okay, all better. All better. Get it off of me. Get it off of there. All right. Halfway done. Okay, so what are we all talking about? you try to make your own gilding wax. That is so cool. And then you can make it any color that you want it to be, right? So what happened? It just came out too hard. Is that what ended up happening? Because in theory it should work, right? It didn't work at all. Oh man. Hmm. I wonder if these things are dry here. I'm doing an experiment. Whoops, where'd they go? Maybe I like doing things live with you guys because that way, you know, that things because I know a lot of people I know lots of people say, "Oh, everything you do works out," or you know what you're doing. No, I don't know what I'm doing, and things don't always work out. So that's why when I like to try with you guys the first time, it's going to be easier if I do them single. That's why I don't mind at all doing stuff. Where's my other scissors? Let me cut this first before I get going. But anyway, I've never done this. It's a look I'm going for. And just like you, Lauren, in theory, this is going to work. If it don't work, well, I can say, oops, tried that. That's not going to work. And it's funny that my husband brought that book home today because I was doing this while he was gone. And then he comes home with that book. And I'm cutting this over here because I got my ginormous scissors trying to cut this in. And then he comes home with that book. And that was kind of sort of what I was trying to do. And so this is going to be like an epic, oh dear, an epic failure. Or one of those, Rosemary, how'd you come up with that idea? So I'm ready for either response. What the heck did you think you were doing? How did you ever think that was going to work? That's probably what's going to happen. What were you thinking, girl? Ooh, today I was putting things together for our Frida kit. Chopped up the fabrics and went through all my stash looking for cool stuff to put in the journal. I found some cool stuff. Oh man, I gotta get my husband. He stole my WD-40, so I gotta go. Oh wait, no, I gave that to him too. I was gonna say I have some silicone spray, but I think he swiped that too. And these big scissors need something so that they'll move up and down. That's why this is taking so long. Oh dear. But I have this on really thick cardboard too, so I probably should have used a utility knife to cut these. But I thought of that too late. Gosh, I can't even get them to open and close now. What's going on? Huh. other ones, I guess. I don't know. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Okay, wait a minute. This is too freaky. Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry. This. uh, okay. They're already falling apart. So I didn't even have to cut them off. If I had looked more closely, I could have seen that they were peeling off. Duh. Is this one? Yeah, it's coming up too. Oops, hold on. I thought I was going to have to put them apart to pull them apart, but I didn't. So there. Uh-oh. What happened to this one? Oops, I don't know where the camera is. Okay, so so obviously I was trying to make something, look old-fashioned-y. Old-fashioned-y. And it was just so strange, that my husband comes home with this book, because I was trying to go, of course, these are different colors, but I was trying to, get that let me find an example of one, kind of like that raggedy old, yeah, the raggedy old vintage, you know what I mean, vintage-y kind of look to it. I think in a pinch it works. I mean, it's my first time. I need to refine it and do it a couple of different ways before I decide which way I like. But I kind of like how it looks, I think. Hey, Jennifer. No, they're not. They're not. No, they aren't. They do look like it, though, don't they? I think they're kind of cool. In its old kind of cool kind of way. Okay, so it was hard for me to figure out what it was going to even look like, once they were dry. But now that I have a better idea, now I know what to do, like not to put it, where their face is going to go. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, I think I could use them all except for this one. Although she could look like she could maybe for some reason it looks like she has ears now and nose. She could go for like those old pictures that they would show people that worked in the circus. The half elephant, half woman feature. It's kind of what she looks like. I think the rest of them I could kind of sort of use them. I don't know in what, but yeah, these I have regular nice clean crisp cabinet cards, and I make copies of the cabinet cards, and then I um did some goofy stuff to them. Um uh I copied them just on just copy paper, not photo paper or cardstock or anything, just regular paper, and then tried to make them, look old and decrepit. And I think they do. What are they? They're pictures. Well, they're where's the originals? I'll show you the originals, then you can appreciate what you're looking at, I guess. Hold on. Where are they? Where are they? Kind of hard to know you're looking at if you don't know what you're looking at. I get that. Okay, let me find. Okay, so here, all right. So this is what I started off with. And I made her. And then let me find the others. Let me put this over here. And then I have this one. That's what I did with her. And then let me find the other ones. Okay, so that's this and this. That's that one. And then this lady is that lady. All right. And then this lady is the elephant lady. Don't you like the elephant lady? See, there's the ears, there's the Dumbo ears, and then she got the big old nose. Seriously, that's what it looks like to me. So that's those. And then this lady is right there. And the last one is this lady, and she's right there. So anyway, that's what you're looking at. The deformed version of all these pretty pictures. Patricia, it's still, you can still get it? Fantastic. I forgot to look at the date on it. Isn't that funny? It looked like it was kind of an older one. I mean, when I say older, like more than 10 years or something. Oh, mine says 1980. That is old. Anyway, that's the copyright on the one that I have. It has on there copyright 1976 and 1980. So there. Oh, there's several of them. I've got to check it out. So it's just fun to try new stuff, even if it doesn't really work or it doesn't come out the way you think it's going to, like making your own gilding wax. It's still fun. Don't let the oopsie factor take away all your fun. Okay, now I need to drink my water. Oh. Oh, good night, Lorna. Exactly. You just never know. That's all the fun part. That's all the fun part. Okay. Well, I don't know what else you guys want me to do. Your call. Let me put some of this stuff away. I'm starting to accumulate too much stuff around me and I can't move. I have to get this going. It's just bugging me too much. Maybe that's something we can do together. And then if we have more than enough, or maybe you find shapes that would go in line with that, but they just aren't pleasing to your eye, or maybe somebody else that's doing the same book, they would like, it goes with their concept. I'm going to put those to a side and start a new folder. And I think that would go with it too, because that looks like part, the doorway, those large bricks that they would put on the old architecture. And those kinds of things were like on the sides of doors sometimes when they had the glass on the side, and the old row houses like in New York and larger cities. I think that's all I had in here of that. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. I'm gonna put these smaller ones in this bucket. I have a bucket down here with little small black and white pieces, so I think they should go in there. Because they just fall out of the folder anyway, so. Okay, so then I'm gonna start a new folder with all these architectural type elements that have to do with doorways and openings. Yes, yes, 3. Okay. Jennifer, that's what I'm trying to decide. I think I really would like to do a book, but it's funny, when you have your when you have like, I know, like you've got your go-to place, you always, I mean, at least I do, I always fall back to that. So when I make journals to sell, I make all different kinds, but when I know they're going to be for me, and no matter how I start them off, they ultimately end up being a glue book. No matter how elaborate I make them, or what I make the pages out of, or how I make the front, or how I bind them, I have good intentions for it to be, XYZ type of journal. And I, my fallback is they always end up being a glue book. And I figure, why should I fight it? But again, I think I would like to make a more structured book where it was chunky and the pages are chunky, almost kind of sort of like an altered book, but with all of these types of stuff in it. That's what my brain says right now. Now, what actually ends up happening, I don't know. Rosemary, do you? No, that's one thing I don't do, Tanya. I've never been able to do that. I am so undisciplined. I've tried to, and I mean, I have lots of things going on in my head all the time. I can talk forever, but as soon as I sit down to write down my thoughts, I go blank and I can't do it. And I blame it on the fact that I deal with dyslexia. And so reading and writing is not fun for me. It's like a chore. Um, Reading takes a lot of time and a lot of effort for me. And the same thing when it comes to writing. So it's not fun. And I have to think so hard to do it that takes all my brain power away from my thoughts, my thought process, and how I want to articulate things. And I'm not the type that just likes to cut out sayings and or print out sayings and put them with a picture. I've never done that either. That's just not my thing. So I think, I'm just guessing, that that's why I just don't find any joy in writing in a journal. So, oh, see, I envy that, Tanya, that you can write, you can write daily. I think that is cool. I just, I can't do it. Yeah. Now, my husband, he can write. He's a really good writer, and I don't know why he doesn't do it more. Um, he's just really good. He's very descriptive. When you read what he writes, you can feel yourself that you're in that place. You can almost hear the sounds and smell the smells, you know. and he doesn't think he's a good writer. I can't tell you how many years I have told him, you need to sit down and write some. He goes, well, who'd want to read it? I said, who cares? Do it for yourself. Do it for me. Just do it to get it out. He has oodles of real life stories. He was born in New York City. He lived in Harlem. He's a white boy. And all of his friends were blacks and Puerto Ricans. His his father, when he was young, used to run numbers with mobsters and stuff. His uncle was sent to Sing Sing for something. I don't even know what he did. His grandfather was a merchant seaman, and he went all over the world and told them all these outlandish stories that were probably all lies, but my husband remembers them all, and they're all very fascinating stories. Um, he's just got he went to a Catholic school, and when he from the time he was young, and he has all these stories. He's always had a mouth. He's never accepted anything that he's told. He questions everything. So you can imagine going to a Catholic school where you're not supposed to really, at least in his time, I don't know about now, but back then you did not question. You just sat there and you learned. And, you know, you were asked questions, you were supposed to answer them the way you were taught. My husband never did. He questioned everything. So he has all these crazy stories from school and the nuns and all this stuff. And it's all funny, you know. Um, he could really write. Anyway, and he's a good writer, and he's a good storyteller. But he won't do that. I tell him, I said, I'm so envious of you that you could, if you wanted to, sit and do all that. Me, I can't do that because I just get frustrated with my dyslexia, and I just want to go I just want to throw everything up in the air. So I'm always frustrated that way. Hey, Suzanne. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, Jennifer, let me show you. I kind of spoke on the topic before, but I'll share it with you guys. The stuff that I have written down. This is where my mind went, and this is as far as I can write. I haven't written anything more than that because you know me, I can just write little words. Okay, this is what I wrote. Okay. I was sitting down one day and I was thinking, and this was over a year ago. This is how long I've been contemplating this. Way over a year. All right. And this is what I put down. Don't judge my spelling because I don't know if I spelled anything right. Okay. So I started off with gates. All right. So from the gates, then I thought of different types of gates. And I don't know why, but the first one I came to was the graveyard. I think of that little creaky gate that's made out of wrought iron. It's got overgrown a vine over it because it's a graveyard that people don't maintain and is very old. And that was the first picture that came into my head when I thought of gates. Why? Who knows? Now, I don't know what that means. See, I wrote that down. I don't even know what the word is. It looks like TOIL. What the heck is that? Toil. I don't know what that is. And then I wrote down toll because there's, a lot of, I've been through like toll gates, right? You do that. Out here where we live, there's a lot of cattle gates, because they had to close off the cattle. Then I thought of starting gate, like with horse races and things like that. And then a security gate. We all know security gates. All right. So then I go over here to types. I don't know why when I did it, it all made sense to me. It makes no sense to me now. So I guess this is types of doors or openings or I don't know what. So here I have revolving. Oh, this must be types of doors. Revolving doors, French doors, swinging doors, Dutch door, garage door, storm door. Okay, and that's making sense to me. Okay. Other types, I guess because I ran out of room, I have trap door, and a vault, the door to a vault. Other ones are screen doors, metal doors, doggy doors, front doors, back doors. And prison gates, airport gates, garden gates, hold Now, see, what does this mean? Hold back water. What the heck? Oh, gates. I get it. See, I don't even know how my own thought process is. Those are called gates when you have them in, like in the canals, you know? Okay, never mind. I know what I'm talking about now. Okay, now the types of gates. There's wooden gates, metal gates, electric gates. Then I come back down to door. Oh, wait, what's this? Antique. Oh, how I thought of some of these wooden gates would be like antique and have layered paint and weathered wood. Now we come down to doors and the symbols that come into my mind about doors. And the first thing I thought of is do not enter because, my initial thought of a door is keeping people out. All right. And then symbolic stuff that has to do with doors is doors that we have walked, um, that we have walked through, and the choices that we've made to walk through or not to walk through. Doors that are left unopened because we may have regrets because we didn't go through the door, whether it was open or closed. And the fear of the unknown is sometimes why we don't go through a door. All right. So now the functions. I got detailed, people. The functions of these doors, right? Okay. They keep you in, they keep you safe, they keep you out, they imprison you. So then I went down to door parts. We got hinges and doorknobs and door knockers and nameplates and addresses and handles and latches. Then I think of doors, sometimes I think they have signs on them. So this one has out to lunch, private, members only, men's, ladies, whites only. Signs, exit here, use only in case of emergency, not an exit, going fishing, on vacation, wet paint, close, open, keep out, knock first. Okay? I I just went and just let my brain just kind of overflow all over the place, right? And so all of that and this kind of stuff is supposed to somehow come together. And it just hasn't yet. But I know when it does, it's going to be wonderful because I'm going to feel happy that I finally completed this thing that keeps nagging and nagging at me um, to put together. And so I think what's holding me back is like the format, because I know, all these things come to my mind. I know the things that I like, and now it's just the format of how to bring it all together, I think. So, you know, I designed myself a what? I don't know what I designed myself, but um anyway, so that is that. And now that you're sorry you even asked, way too much information. But I really do want to get it done. So if you guys you know, I don't know. I don't know how you guys can help me get it done, but you know, anything would be appreciated. Oh, a vision board. Is that what that is? I've never had a vision board before. So, and right now I'm thinking of things I could be adding, but who needs more? I got too much stuff as it is already. Just do it. Okay. See, I don't know. Oh, I probably couldn't do it on a computer. It would drive me crazy. All right, so that's that. And now that I've cleaned up the foot space, the foot area, um, there in my little enclosed um, what do I call that place over there? It's an enclosed porch, but I just have all my junk in there. It's small, very small. I'm separating on my wood. I love working with my wood, and I have a lot of old architectural pieces So I've been sorting those out, and I have a lot of little small pieces. I'm dying to do something with it. I mean, I'm talking about when we were remodeling our house, I scavenged all over the place for old reclaimed wood and stuff like that. And so as we would cut it, to suit our purposes, sometimes we'd have a foot, sometimes we'd have 2 inches. I saved everything because it was neat old wood, and I thought, oh, I'm going to do something with that someday. Well, it's been sitting there for how long? I don't even want to go there, but it's there. And I think it would be really cool um, to use that somehow, some way. So I've got all, like I say, I've got all this stuff and ideas, and I just need to bring it together. Reminds me of Dee Dee and the Society of Idea Collectors. I roughly heard about that. She did that about a year ago or so, right? I heard a lot of people, chattering about it, but I got kind of the idea of it, from the title, but I never did see um exactly what she did. Yeah, it is sort of like a stream of consciousness, it's just one thing to the other. And so I thought, if I found pictures of all these things, that would be cool. If any of you have pictures of any of these, I will give you my address. Stuff out of magazines and stuff like that. Um, because these were all the kinds of things I wanted to put in the book. Um, Now I have a whole collection of real doorknobs, of hinges, um, the stop plates. I got a lot of that old stuff from when I was collecting all that stuff for the house next door. And what I didn't use, I had more than I needed. I've got those sitting in a bucket. I got a lot of little metal things in a bucket that have stuff to do with doors and things like that. So I got plenty of those kinds of things. I have the architecture stuff to work with. And then I was thinking, but I've got all that big stuff. It's looking more like an assemblage piece as opposed to a book, but I don't want to do an assemblage, piece. I want a book. Oh, Ami's in the house. Hey, Deb. Yeah, Nicole, I have this plan in my head. Um, I have, the headers that go over, interior headers that are architectural that go over the windows. And, I have some of those and it has some cool stuff on it. And then I have this like several cool doorknobs along with this back plate that, is over 100 years old and really super cool. And I thought I would put that on there. And then I have leftover hinges. I mean, I have all that cool stuff, right? And then I thought, okay, but what's the inside going to be? What am I going to make the inside out of? Because I still can't figure out exactly what I'm going to do. But I keep leaning toward, a an altered book, where it's big and clunky and chunky, and so that I can on some of these things have the doors that actually I would make them to actually open, or like for the French doors and stuff like that, I could have some acetate and have a French door that you could see through and things like that. And yeah, I just thought I don't know. It's like I say, it's just been going through my head forever, and I really, really, really want to do it. Um, and yeah, it could be volumes, right? Yeah, it could be volumes. Starting here with where is it? We'll have gates. We'll have metal doors, front doors, storm doors. The volume of doors. That would be kind of fun, huh? That actually is not a bad idea. Just like I did my glue books, colors, right? I've got like around 10 different colors of my glue books. I could have different little books of my doors. I'm liking that idea, Jennifer. Elizabeth, yeah, I did do that. That is an excellent idea. I went downtown. I live really close. Okay, let me backtrack. Um, but the house that I live in was built in 1908. So a lot of cool architecture is in there. And I have photographed different parts of the doors. Um, it had the old pocket doors. Um, it has, what do you call those kind of doors? I can't think of the raised pane on the doors. The front door has all this really pretty carving. The top part of the door is glass, and the bottom part has some pretty carving and stuff. I've taken pictures of that. And then I live about 2 miles, um, more like not even 2 miles, maybe 1 mile, 1 mile away from the old downtown. And all that beautiful architecture is down there. And I've taken photographs of that. And I fully intend to use a lot of that stuff also. And and for some reason, I tend to wanted to do when I have them in my computer and I was playing around with them, and I always go back to black and white or sepia. Always, I mean, people that know me personally know I love color. I mean, I love color, bright color. But when it comes to these kinds of things, I don't know why I just really gravitate toward the moodiness of the black and white and the sepia, because I think when you get those really direct contrasts, that alone tells a story, and I really really like that. So so on my photographs I tended to go that way, and I switched them all. I mean, I have my originals in the color, but I really switched them all over into also black and white to sepia. So I just love that. But so maybe just putting it out there to you guys will put added pressure on me to do it. Because if I'm the only one that knows I want to do this, then what the heck. But now the next time you guys come around, Rosemary, what have you done about your book on your doors? Nothing. Nothing yet. Oh no. But let me show you really quick the stuff I'm putting together. Now, I showed you last time we were together, I showed you the kit we're going to do for January, which was that old book. If you guys were here, you saw it. If you weren't here, why weren't you here? But for for February, I'm putting together the stuff for oh, whoops. Oh, hold on, I'm losing my stuff here. Things are flying all over the place. Well, I'll just show it to you, and then you'll guess what it is. Why should I tell you guys everything? I'll start off by showing you just a couple of random things, and then you can tell me what we're going to do. No, I haven't put the kit up for January. That was another thing I was going to talk to you guys about. I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, so if I put what's the date today? Okay, today's the 27th. So if I put, let's just say I put the kit up tomorrow. I got to look on the dates here. So if I put the kit up tomorrow, um, whoops, how come my calendar is not going up? Okay, so if let's say I put it up tomorrow as the 28th. Whoever buys them. You guys know me. I get it out the next business day. It's out. So if over the weekend a few of you buy that, let's just say I get it out by the last person that buys something is Monday or Tuesday. That means the very last one goes out on the first. And because I'm trying to think when we should do the class is basically what I'm saying is when we should do. And this is what I have planned. It's like we're gonna learn with the first one. That's just the way it is. And we'll figure out, oh, that's not going to work. Oh, yes, maybe this will work better. So not everybody can come the same night, and not everybody can stay up late. I get that. So the first one is a journal. So let me bring it in case you guys hold on. In case you guys weren't, some of you weren't here. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. I'll just bring the whole thing because if I start separating stuff, I'll lose. I'm trying to keep things together, halfway organized. Okay, so we're going to make a journal, and in the kit is going to be this, the front and the back, and this is an old late 1800s book. This is the marble paper, and this is leather, and it's really, really worn, and it was full size, but what I did is I cut it in half so that I'd have more pieces to work with. And then there's going to be various papers and stuff like that, and then it's going to have pretty much, oh, what's in my hair? Pretty much everything that is in here to make the journal. And I made the journal this way, which is landscape, right? Yeah, landscape. And I think when we make it, I'll make it the other way, but you make it the same way. You know what I'm saying? The technique is identical. For those of you that have never made journals before, those of you that have, well, you know what I'm talking about. And um and and what am I trying to say? So it's going to have all this stuff, okay? So if you've made journals before, I would go at a certain speed. But I've already been contacted by a few that have told me this is going to be their first journal. So the very first one we do, I wanted it to be beginning to end, how to do everything, so that when we do the other stuff, I don't have to go over everything all over again. And if you come in like maybe the third month and we're doing something, then I'll just tell you if you have any questions that I'm not covering, just go to the January videos, and that will explain how, from square one, how to do a journal if we don't cover it step by step on some other project that we do a different month. If that makes any kind of sense to you guys, I hope so. Because we can't go from the very beginning every time we do something. You know what I mean? But the first month I do want to do that so that any questions that I don't cover, it can be referred back to the original. Okay, so having said that, I think it would be way too difficult. Like, for instance, sometimes we get on here and we're on here for hours, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. So that's just fine and dandy when it's just us and we're just chit chatting. And if somebody puts us on in the background later on the repeat, no big deal. But teaching a class is something completely different. You can't have a 3 or 4 hour class. We may be able to do it together, but the person that's coming in, maybe, knows one aspect and just wants to know the other, where are they going to find us in those 3-4 hours information that they're looking for? So that doesn't make any sense. So what I thought we would do, and this isn't written in stone. What I thought we'd do is for the one project for a whole week, I would come on every night for at least an hour, maybe a little bit more, to do the whole thing, the whole week. And that way on the video that you could come back to, it would be very specific. We're working on the spine, the next day, we're working on whatever it is we're working on that. And so that way, when you have a question, oh, okay, I need to go on the video from Thursday because that's when they're doing blah, blah, blah. And they can just click on that, or you can go back for reference. If you can't make every day, the next day we're going to cover XYZ. That way, when we get into another project that maybe is doing signatures, I'm not going to take a whole night to show how to do signatures. We'll just whip it up real fast, and I'll say, if you've never done signatures before, please go to blah, blah, blah video, and it'll be very specific on how to do, step by step, how to do these signatures if you've never done it before. That's what's kind of going around in my head. So that's what I'm thinking. So basically what I'm saying now is, if the kits get mailed out by the 1st, here in the States, you're gonna get it super quick. You're gonna get it, probably in 2 or 3 days. So for Canadian or anywhere else, it might take a week or 2. So I'm thinking that if we get the kits out by the 1st, and then we start the classes I'm not going to say exactly the same day, but we start the classes like on the 15th. All right. And then they'll be every night until we get whatever it is we're doing done. And then I label the videos very clearly so anybody can come back at any time to get those, to that section of the project. And then again, while we're doing that, the very next week, I'll put up for February's, and hopefully we'll get those, and then we'll get those out by the 1st. And then on February around the 15th, then we'll start that project. And so, unlike like subscriptions and stuff like that, where you have to subscribe and buy, for a whole year or whatever, this is just by the month. And so if it's a project you think you might like, then, you'll buy this, the kit I'm putting together. If you go, I don't think so, then, you wait till the next month. It's no big deal. And all you're really losing out on is the kit, because you'll still be able to watch the video. You're not paying for the video. You're just paying for the supplies. And then you might watch it and say, oh, that's kind of cool. I wonder if she has any kits left, and I may not. Who knows? You may have the supplies yourself and you can, do it yourself. So that's just sort of where, I'm at right now, because we really haven't done it yet. And how much would it ship to Canada? I will have all that information to you. Usually what I try to do, like when it's smaller things, if I keep it under a certain amount, it's $10. If I keep it under a certain weight, and and I forget to, I'll get the exact weight of what I can send for the $10. And so that's how we'll do that. And then some months, like, see, for instance, the first month, it's got a little bit of weight because of this, right? The other months, it may not be as much weight. But this is, I mean, I don't know. It's not that heavy. I'm pretty sure this is going to be under $10 for Canada. But I'll double check all that when I get all the parts together. Anyway, so that's that. And you'll be getting, all the stuff to make this. the whole thing, the whole thing. Oh, and I was talking to my husband, and I said, Richard, I have to come up with a kind of a little name for that. You know, what am I going to call these things? And and he says, well, what exactly is it? And of course, you have to explain to him what it is and what we're doing, because none of this stuff is really clear to my husband. He knows what I like, but he's not really sure what the heck we're doing with all this stuff. But he has a good eye. I mean, like, he got me that book right from the library. Anyway, so I explained to him. I said, well, I'm putting this stuff together, but you know, um, I really shy away from the word just kit. I'm selling a kit. I'm selling a kit. And he goes, well, what is? And I explained it. And so then I guess he comes back later on. We're having supper or something. And he says, you're just getting all the stuff together, right? From all over the place and putting things together, like for a certain grouping, a certain type of thing. I go, yeah. Each one's going to have a theme and stuff. And he says, well, why don't you just call it what you always call everything? And I said, what are you talking about? He says, you always say kit and caboodle. And I said, what? He says, yeah, you're always saying the whole kit and caboodle. And I didn't realize, but I do say that because I was watching a video of mine that I was editing, and I did say that. I said, yeah, the whole kit and caboodle. Sometimes we say something that we don't know that we even say. So the more I thought about it, and the more I thought, you know what? That's kind of cute. So so these are going to be like January's kit and caboodle. So all you guys that come to my live stream and know what we're talking about, other people are not going to know what we are talking about, and that is okay because it's just between us anyway. So when I talk about, or you see it on my video, or if you see it on my Etsy or whatever, when you see kit and caboodle, this is what we're talking about. Our January through, as long as people are interested and I can come up with ideas, we're going to have our little kit and caboodles. Okay. So, all right. So I wasn't even going to talk about this. I wanted to show you February's because I kind of showed you guys this already for January, but I'm just going to play a little guessing game with you so you guys can tell me what is that. That I'm working on. Hold on. Let me get this out of the way because I'm closing myself in too much. Okay. I only have a couple of things here in this basket, but I just want to see how quick you guys are. I know some of you are pretty quick. All right. So here's some cool trim. Oh, nothing fell out. It's fun. It fell on the floor. I know it's not the movie Cats. Any guesses yet? Yes, this is for February. Are we getting any closer? You only get one more try, one more guess. And then it'll be too obvious. Come on, Jennifer. You, if anybody, should get it. I am very disappointed in you, girl. Ding, 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 ding. See, I knew Jennifer would get it. Hawaii. Yeah, that's a good guess. Yes, we're going to do Frida. She's got this one goofy painting where she's got all these bra straps all over the place, and that's what these things remind me of. And she has all this freaky stuff. So I've been working on some printouts of her pictures. I'll share with you, but I've been having a lot of fun playing with different my programs. I don't do Photoshop. I don't know how to do it. That is way past my pay grade. But I do have some other cheapy ones um that I play with. Okay, so I did a carousel, like I told you, I love that sepia stuff. So I did some of these. Whoops, let me get it in frame. There we go. Okay, where's my other one? Oh, that's that. Never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind. Did I pick two of that one? Oh, yeah. And then I went kind of crazy with the color, even though I like the plain ones the best, but I do like, I do like my color too. And that one. These others are just copies of the ones I already showed you, so no big deal. But I had fun playing around with them. And I think they'll be fun, to work with. And several have said, they don't have a printer, they don't have a good printer. So these are just going to, I'll print, because there's going to be probably four or five pages. So I'm going to print these out, and that'll, go with all the stuff in the kit to you. So, because I don't have any digis. I don't do that. So, so that'll be that. And I have plans for other stuff too. I'm excited. You know what? I got too many ideas in my head. But I have these panels. They're very, very lightweight. They're about 3/4 inch, not 3/4, quarter inch wood. And I'm going to cut them down to a really cool size, and we're going to do some image transfers on the wood, on a book cover, a journal cover, and those things come out so beautiful. I mean, just gorgeous. And then um, we're going to do some plaster work on some covers on another month. And what else? I can't think right now. I have a list, but the list isn't right here in front of me. But so if you guys have ideas, a few people have contacted me with some really cool ideas, and so I'm trying to figure out how I can incorporate into a project um, that the majority, can benefit from. And so I'm putting kind of those thoughts together, and um, and that's that. Yeah, it'll be fun. And I have these some really beautiful stuff, because see, I'm trying to pull from my resources, from books and things that I have, so that you have real ephemera to work with. About the only thing that isn't going to be, real, will be like these pictures that I work with. But everything else, that you're going to be dealing with is going to be real ephemera. So I'm trying to clear out all my ephemera, my fabrics, and all that stuff, so that we can all make pretty stuff together. And because two things I hear all the time is that a lot of people have stuff, um and they don't know what to do with it. They know what they like, and they collect what they like, but they don't know what to do with it. And then there's other people that collect the stuff, they know what to do with it, but they don't like to break into their stuff. They don't want to cut up that fabric, or they don't want to cut up that doily. Well, no problem. I have no problem cutting all that stuff up. That's another thing. We're going to make a fabric book. I have beautiful doilies. I have beautiful embroidered things, and if you were to buy the things from me, you probably would never use them. So they're going to get cut up. You're going to get them where there's nothing to do but make a book out of them. So even if you have stuff and you don't want to cut your own stuff up, no problem. I'll cut up my stuff for you, and um, you know, there won't be a problem in doing that. So that's another thing that we're going to do. And like I said, if you come up with some ideas and stuff, let me know. I don't know how many people are into Asian stuff. I have so much Asian stuff for us to make something really, really beautiful. Um, really pretty stuff we could make. And um, anyway, I have a little bit of everything. Okay, for the kits, okay, for the one for January, it's really going to be pretty limited because I only have so many of those covers. Um, what I'm going to do, which I already did, where is it? I did make copies of those covers. Let me show you. The one that I'm limited on is the first one, which is probably okay because it's going to probably be very limited. The people that are going to get involved the first month, it's just going to be you guys, until the word gets out. So what I did is I made copies of those covers that I made. This was that one night we were doing the wax. So these are toned. The tone is a little deeper because I dipped these into the wax. And so another way we can do it, if I sell out this kit, um, I'm going to already have copied some of these so that they could very easily be glued onto cardboard and turned into covers. It wouldn't be identical, but you still have the look and the feel. Um, stuff like that. Um, so that's another possibility. And I even thought of including a copy, even with the ones that get the real book. If it's your first time and you don't want to mess up the real book, you can make the whole thing, you know, with the copy on a cardboard. And then when you feel confident, then you can go ahead and work on your real book cover. If that's, some people are getting nervous, and I want it to be fun. I don't want it to be like nerve wracking for like, oh my gosh, I'm going to make a mistake. Ah. So if you're working just on a, piece of copy and cardboard, who cares, if you make a mistake. So that's another possibility. So the answer to your question is the hardcovers. I think 7. I think I only have like 15 of the real hardcovers. 15 kits. 15 kit and caboodles, which means I have 15 covers that I've cut in half that creates one book. So I have 15 of those because I think I only had like 7 books. You got the front and the back, which is like 14, and that's cut in half to create your book. So I think I have 14. Let me see. Okay, great. And that'll cut down on your postage, Deb, considerably. Then it'll be for sure it won't be over the $10 thing. Yes. Yeah, it does, Jennifer. But you know what ended up happening? I didn't even use it in the book. Which was so odd. I go like, why didn't I use it in the book? It was like there was so much other stuff to use. I didn't even use it in the book. Oh, so I need to look up. I guess some would be interested in the Asian. I have so much pretty stuff to put in an Asian. And you know what I thought would be so pretty? Um, I have a bunch of old wedding photographs, Asian photographs that I don't know why the wedding pictures just look so beautiful to me. And I thought it'd be so cool to make a journal, like a wedding book, all Asian stuff. I've made several Asian inspired journals that I've sold, and they're kind of like one of my favorite things to do. I don't know what it is about it. It's just so pretty. It's a toss up between the Asian and the African ones that I make that I don't know which is my favorite. But right, Deb, I'll get all that information to you. I'm going to weigh all the stuff. I'll do that all tomorrow so that I have a definitive amount so that you know what it is. And because Jennifer, she's up in Canada too, so I try to keep this type of stuff down. So it can't weigh any more than the little journal that I sent up to Jennifer recently, and that was under, I forget what it's supposed to be, I think it's under a pound. I'm not even going to say because I messed it up. I have it written down somewhere. Okay, so it sounds like a few of you are interested in the Asians, so that I'll put that on my list because I love doing that. I love that so much. That'll be cool. And anything else you guys think about as far as a theme? But we will be doing the image transfer, and we're going to do that on wood because it looks beautiful and it'll be a nice, strong, sturdy, and that doesn't weigh a lot at all. The type of wood I'm talking about. And those, if you're in Canada and it makes it go over, well, we can do the same thing, the same technique can be done on cardboard. Just put several together to make it thick, and then we can do the transfer on that. And then when we do the plaster, that that can be done on any book. Just rip off the cover of any book, and it can be done on that. And what else? Maria, good morning. How about monthly birth signs? I'm not sure what that means. I'm gonna weigh everything tomorrow, and I'll probably do it what's tomorrow? Yeah, I'll probably put it up on tomorrow. So if I get it done, whenever I get it done, hopefully tomorrow or the next day, when I get it up, I'll come on live because you guys always show up somehow, no matter what time of day it is. And I'll let you know that they're up so you guys can go. Because my other people that go to my Etsy shop, they're not going to know what it is anyway. So I don't think that they're going to like, ooh, I need to get this. They're not even going to know what the heck it is. So, um, or maybe I'll go on and let you know they're on, and then I'll list, I'll tell you, at 5 o'clock this afternoon, I'll list them or whatever. And then you guys can go, and whoever wants to go can go do that. What? Well, we can't do astrology every month, right? Those are monthly things. We're going to do something different every month. Um, and it's a technique more than anything. Like with the Asian, I'm going to show you some certain techniques that are specific to that. The plaster, it's a technique. Astrology is more like a theme. It's not a technique. You know what I mean? Because I want my whole goal is to teach you something new to you, or a twist to something that maybe some of you already know, and incorporate that into a piece of art. That's my whole goal. You know what I mean? And then you yourself can incorporate, maybe any other theme to that journal, like the journal we're making in January. I made mine a more of a nature theme to it, but it could be any theme inside that you guys like. It doesn't have to be that, because it's the techniques you're learning, not the theme so much that you're learning, right, when it comes to the January one. And but I always tend to lean toward nature stuff, so that's kind of the direction I went. But it can be anything, you know it can be mushrooms, it can be, it can be what? Mermaids, whatever it is you want it to be. Oh no, that's no problem, Tanya, at all. Not at all. That's how you have to ask questions. That's how we figure out what's going on. So yeah, that's my goal. Because I remember I was we were gonna do a class together. Those of you that know Shannon Green, we were gonna put a class together This was a couple of years ago, and it was up in the area where she lives. And so we were kind of like hashing back and forth. Are we going to teach this? What are we going to do that? Should we do this? And I was throwing out a couple of ideas. And she says, but don't forget, Rosemary, whatever we do, when they leave, they had to have learned something, not just, them just mimic what we're doing, actually teach them something. So that always stuck in my head. Okay, it's great to have a journal class, but, you got to teach them a technique, something that they can take away and apply it to something else. It doesn't have to just be in that style or that book, but a technique. And so that kind of stuck with me. So now whenever I have the workshops here or something, we never just do what I would call a generic something. It might be like a generic thing in the sense that it's a journal, but it's always a specific technique behind it so that they go away learning something new. So that's kind of my goal. And that makes it fun for you guys, because for a lot of you that are new to any type of mixed media or journal making, then the mystery is gone. And then whatever you've learned, then you can build upon that and come up with your own little, projects that you come up with. You go, wait, I did this and this. I wonder how this would work with that. And then you try it and you go, hey, that's pretty cool. And that's pretty much how we all learn stuff, is building upon, that foundation of something. So that'd be fun. I know, Maria, that's the problem. I want to learn everything too. It's so frustrating. I just got to stay off of YouTube half the time or stay off of Pinterest. So I go, ooh, what's that? How do you do that? Where do you get that stuff? Like, huh? What are we going to do? What are we going to do with that? There are just so many things out there. I was watching Patty the other night, and she got into this resin kick, right? And she has all these molds. And I thought, wait a minute, I have a bunch of molds. And, I've been playing with them with the plaster of Paris and with the paper clay and stuff like that. And I've been making some little cute things. I've been playing around with that. That'll probably be something we do together too. But then she started doing that resin. Well, I never liked to work with resin because it took so long to dry. But the product that she was using, it only took, I think it was something like, it was like under 5 minutes. It's dry. And I go, okay, that's for me. So, like I say, I already had the molds. So I ordered the resin. So that should be coming next week. So that should be pretty interesting. Like, oh dear, what am I going to do with that now? I'm going to get myself into trouble for sure. Oh, gosh. For sure, I will get in trouble. But like I said, keep in mind and, get a little piece of paper out and don't be shy. If it's feasible to teach within a group, we'll do it. If it's something that I can incorporate in another project, like how to do a certain kind of page or, technique or something, I can always incorporate it into an existing project that we're going to do. And if it's just not, feasible or cost effective or whatever, then I'll just say, ooh, sorry, we can't do that. And maybe I'll just do that on a live stream someday that has nothing to do with kits or anything like that. We'll just do it, Have you used molding paste with your molds? Well, dagnabbit, no, I never thought of it. I just never thought of it. I'm trying to think how rust dyeing or eco dyeing might translate to a monthly kit. Maybe the dyeing of tea that I saw on Laura's stream today. It was purple. Okay, Elizabeth, we are going to have eco dyeing 101. And this is important. It's the reason it's important is just so that everybody is on the same page. Okay. So there is, okay, I'm gonna get teacher mode. Okay, you have eco, my handwriting, I can't even write. You have eco dyeing, eco printing, and then you have staining and dyeing. And this would be like papers and cloth. All right. And this also can be paper and cloth. Okay, now what you saw on Laura's, that would be considered staining or dyeing. The difference is, and a lot of people, they, transpose, is that the right word? Transpose the words or definitions. You know how when you do coffee staining and tea staining and dyeing, what you're doing is you're getting some colorant of some kind that is going to be absorbed either in the cloth or on the paper. So that's what that would be. And that's what Laura was showing you. That was with hibiscus tea, right? Now, eco printing and eco dyeing, these two things are sometimes the same, but usually completely different. Eco dyeing is when you get um, usually plant sources that emit some kind of a dye, either usually through boiling, usually it's through boiling. And so you extract the dye from whatever it is. Let's just say pomegranates. You boil them up, all that dye comes out. You get your yarn, you get your felt, you get your paper, you get your cloth, and now you dye those papers with the ink you create from some kind of plant matter. All right. So that's your dyeing because you're extracting the pigment out of whatever it is you're boiling. Now, printing is totally different. You're not going to, you're going to get something that has dye in it, whether it's a fruit, a vegetable, a leaf, a flower, whatever it is, but you're not going to boil it and extract it so that you can use it to dye something. You're going to literally print with it. How do you print with it? You get the literal leaf or plant or flower or apple or whatever it is, and you put it between the layers of paper or cloth, whatever you're going to use, and have that item make contact with the paper or the fabric. You put weight on it, and then through various means, whether you boil it, you steam it, you bake it, whatever you do, you have to bring the inner part of all those layers to a certain temperature, and that temperature releases all of these dyes onto the other paper and creates a print. And so all of these make beautiful stuff. They all make really, really pretty stuff. The easiest is obviously to do the staining or the dyeing because you just get some kind of a um, whether it's natural, unnatural, you can use Kool-Aid, whatever you want to use. That is, you can you can stain your paper, you can dye, you can do whatever. So when you bring in your eco, you're using some kind of plant base, and either you're extracting the dye and you're going to dye something, or you're not going to extract the dye and you're going to use those natural dyes to create a print. Okay, class closed. I don't know if that makes any sense, but eco printing 101. That's all I can say. And we can do any one of those. They're all fun to do. I love working with the hibiscus tea. Hibiscus tea gives really pretty colors. Um, and the other thing that does really pretty colors is if you want to do natural dyeing, is if you soak black beans. If you like purple, if you like purple, black beans, it's gorgeous. All you have to do is get your black beans and soak them. Like, like you usually soak beans before you cook them. Get your black beans, soak them, leave them overnight. If you're in an area where it's warm, put it out in the sun, for the day. And then you're gonna extract all the beans. You're gonna have all this liquid and it's gonna be purple, beautiful purple. And then you have your beans that you can cook. Go cook your beans, get the water, and you can dye your fabric, you can dye paper, whatever you want, and it's a gorgeous purple. Especially if you do laces, if you just have some nice pretty delicate lace and just throw it in there. You don't have to boil it, you don't do anything, just stick it in there, leave it over there 24 hours, pull it out. Ooh, beautiful purple. So pretty. Really, really pretty. What was gift? Oh, red cabbage. You have to boil that though. If you get red cabbage and you boil that, and then you take out all the liquid, purple, beautiful purple. I have this one piece hold on, that I actually did an eco dyeing on it. I think I have it here. Oops, maybe I don't. Well, I don't have fabric, but okay, so on this particular print, what I did, this is just this right here is what kind of leaf was that? Hold on, I know what it is. Hydrangea leaf. This is a hydrangea leaf. And so what I did to achieve these colors is I put the hydrangea leaves and then I put another piece of paper, and on underneath and on top I put the red cabbage, then I put some more hydrangea leaves, then I put the paper, and so on and so forth. Made like you would a lasagna, right? So you have your cabbage, paper, hydrangea, paper, cabbage, hydrangea, blah 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 blah. And so the actual, just the regular, it would be just a regular print of the hydrangea would be like a greenish and some yellow in there, and it's, some pretty colors. But what happens with the red cabbage, it bleeds through and really defines the print and bleeds through there. And that's what all that purple is, you see, is the result of the red cabbage being part of the process. And so kind of cool. So you can, a lot of people say, well, how do you do this and how do you do that? Well, sometimes you have to, just by chance you learn and you manipulate things. Like I didn't know this would happen. And I had been doing my hydrangeas, and then I had been doing cabbage on other stuff, and I never did this. But when I combined the cabbage and the hydrangea leaves, this is what happened. Who knew? So it's one thing about your eco printing is that it's you have to love to experiment, because what I tell you to do and you do it, it may not look anything like mine. And the reason for that is the plants suck up nutrients from the ground, and there's different things in the ground depending where you live. I mean, just the people across the street from me could use the exact same plant. You know, we have the same plant in each other's yard, and it would not come out the same because our soil is different. So you imagine the whole country or the whole world, they have different things in their soil. And then you put together then water. All of us have different types of water, maybe well water or city water, and some city waters is cleaner or dirty than others, and all those chemicals they put in to try to clean it, that has an effect, on it, and on and on and on. And the types of papers, and in the country that you live, papers are sometimes made different and it has a different composition as far as how much cotton is in it and how much synthetic stuff is in it. And all those factors make it different. So you have to love to experiment. You have to not be discouraged by things that might look like a failure to you, but really it's teaching you something when it doesn't really work out, the way you think it should. I think that's the fun part. If those kinds of things aren't fun for you, then, eco printing is not for you. You're going to be very frustrated. You're going to give up probably after the first time. You're going to, ooh, all my stuff came out brown. I don't like it. That'll be the end of it. All of mine came out brown and ucky the first time I did it too. But that didn't stop me. I'm saying, hey, wait a minute. How do they get all those colors? What kind of plants are they using? And in that community, they're kind of tight-lipped, I remember when I very, very first discovered it, the first thing I did is I tried to find a Facebook group that did it. Well, I found it, but they don't tell you nothing. Nobody says anything. It's like I don't understand it. But then after I did it, then I realized the reason they don't tell you hardly anything is because it doesn't matter. I mean, it'd be nice if they explained to you why they don't tell you anything, but basically it doesn't matter what they tell you, because it may not, like I just explained, it may not work for you. If I'm talking to somebody in Sweden and they've got trees I've never even heard of, and they get all their city water from well water, and other things are in their air, different pollutants, and it gets into the ground, it doesn't make any difference. I'm never going to get the look that they get, because I don't have what they have. So, you know, but I think it's fun. There's a lot of projects I've started and I kind of like not master it, but I do it and I go, oh, that's okay, that's fun. And then I kind of leave it and I go to another project. I haven't left this since I started it. I love it. I could do it every day and it would not hurt my feelings. If I go a week without doing, something, I get kind of upset with myself. Oh no, I need to go eco dye something. Black beans. Yes, Maria. Are you familiar with do you have is it easy for you to get black beans? I know I'm asking an ignorant question because I don't know what's ready available in Europe, as opposed to here. I mean, there's black beans in every grocery store here, but um the geraniums, yes, geraniums are beautiful. Now, when you eco print with geraniums, almost all red, almost all red plants turn a beautiful blue. Don't ask me why. I don't understand I don't know anything about the color spectrum, but they turn blue, but a really beautiful color. So yeah, they're just called black beans. Um, I know that They cook with them a lot. Well, I say a lot. Friends of mine from Spain, they cook with black beans. Um, in Puerto Rico, that's pretty much all the beans that they cook with is black beans. Um, and here in the States, you can get them in any grocery store. They're easily they're easily found. Right. Yeah. Yeah. The dye will with certain plants, if you just like soak them, it'll give a certain color. But when it gets that chemical reaction with whatever happens when you eco print with them, for some reason, they almost all of them will turn a bluish color. It's pretty cool, and all different shades. All different shades of blues. I love black beans. My husband thinks black beans are too hard. I guess he's real spoiled because pinto beans are so mushy, you know, and black beans, even if you cook them all the way through, they're a little firmer, than a pinto bean. But now that he's been diagnosed with diabetes, he can't even have beans. It because they're just like solid carbohydrates, right? And it just pew, his sugar just goes out the window. So now I don't cook a big pot. I just buy a can now. Because I'm not going to cook just a cup. Yeah, they are firmer, aren't they? Yeah, exactly. Which I like. I like them. I like to make them Puerto Rican style, with the rice, and then you can put the chickpeas in it, the gandules. It tastes pretty good. But the black beans, I like that. But I haven't had that in a while, like I say, because I can't cook that for my husband no more. So sad. I can't be creative with cooking anymore because he just has to eat boring stuff. And it's boring because for some reason, I guess it's age. I don't know. He used to be able to eat any kind of spice in the world. I mean, he could eat chili as hot, anything, anything, anything. And now those spices that I would be able to make his other food interesting with, he can't eat them. They give him heartburn now. I never did. So now it's bland and boring stuff. I can't even spice it up to make it interesting. A little spice on your cauliflower, a little curry on it, just to wake it up. No, you can't have curry anymore. I'm like, boring, boring. Okay, so do you guys have any ideas? I guess you've come up with enough ideas for me to, kind of play with. And I'm going to get all the little kit together and weigh it. And then when I'm ready to go and put them up, then I'll let you guys know. And then we can get started. Yay! Fun time. Any other questions before we go? Oh, I didn't even get to say bye to Deb. I missed that. I'll get to her with the weight. Well, if you guys are all done, I know I'm done. I'm tired of listening to myself talk. Oh my goodness. Thanks, Tanya. I would Tanya are have and I apologize if you haven't, I just forgot. Have you been to my Etsy shop? Um so that you can see when it goes up, or you'll see it when I do a really quick live. I'll let everybody. Okay, great. Cause I get confused who I know from where. I also have a Facebook group, and sometimes, I think I've mentioned this before. My people in my Facebook group, hardly nobody watches my lives, and the people that watch my lives, they're not in my Facebook group, so I kind of forget who's who. Like somebody might send me a message, and I'll forget. Okay, are they talking about the group, or are they talking about the video and the live stream? What are they talking about now? Oh, oh, you're one of the lurk. We like the lurkers, and we like it even better when they start talking. Yeah, we like that. We like that a lot. Oh, my eyes. Well, I don't hear any rain or anything, but I guess it's already after midnight here, but it's going to start. It will. Oh, you can. Tanya has a lot of cool stuff she does on her live. I hardly get to watch lives, to tell you the truth, because I'm always like, the way I have my setup, I'm buzzing around doing stuff, and I just, you know, it's my circumstances here, how I do my stuff in my rooms here. I really can't do that, but I'll when everybody goes live, I'll go on for a few minutes and see what they're doing, and they're always doing cool stuff all the time. I was watching Mary earlier. She was doing some cool stuff. And then Laura was on before that, and she was doing cool stuff. Lizzie hasn't been on too much. She's going through um she says she's going through a situation. She's just feeling unmotivated, and she's very talented. Very talented. You guys that watch Elizabeth. Oh, thank you, Darla. Oh, Darla, I know I asked you, and you probably answered me, and I didn't see it. But did you get my email? I sent you the links um to what? You know what I mean? To the domain. Yeah, the domain. Um I had two different things that was sent to me. I wasn't sure which was which, so I just sent them to you. Any information you need, I can just get it to you. Yes, I did. So I'll get that information to you tonight. Um, it's funny because I really don't know what the heck I'm doing. Okay, great. I will do that. I'll do that. Yes, ma'am. I can do that. We have the technology. We have the technology. And then I need to get in contact with somebody who knows um, Logitech. Well, maybe not so much Logitech, but um, that basically knows about YouTube streaming. Because still, and my husband tried to help me. I did call in the big guns, but he didn't have an answer either. Um, when I hook up my camera to my laptop, I can live stream just fine. When I hook up my camera to my new computer, and I have my camera, all the stuff, the software inside of my new computer. Um, If I go straight to my camera on my new computer, I can see it on my computer. I can make a movie on my new computer with my camera. But if I go to live stream on my new computer with this camera, it shows it's basically not reading it or something. I really don't know how to explain what happens. It just it won't read it. So I don't know if it's YouTube. I don't know if it's something I need to do on my end. And no matter how I form the question to, those forums that they, have, nobody's understanding what I'm telling them. So, you know, no, Darla, it doesn't say that. What it says, okay, when, excuse me, when you open it up, when you regularly open it, when it's working, I forget what it says. Does it say other or more information? I forget what it says down there that you can click on. And when you click on that little tab, when you're already getting ready, right before you're getting ready to stream, when you're setting up the name and all that stuff, a little drop menu goes down, and it has the name of it shows the default of your camera and of your microphone. And, it has the name of it, Logitech, and, whatever it is. Well, when I go to that drop menu over on my new computer, when I'm trying to live stream, that menu comes down, and instead of saying the name of my camera, it just says downloading. And I've left it there for hours and it never changes. That's all it says, downloading, downloading, for the camera and for the microphone. It has never changed. I took out the software and I reinstalled it. I made sure I was going through Google, because YouTube doesn't recognize when you go through, other, what do you call it? Other, you know what I mean. So I'm going through Google. I've reinstalled, uninstalled, reinstalled. That's not doing it. It's just weird. I know it has to have something to do with YouTube, because I can use my camera on this computer for other things, but it won't recognize it when I go to live stream. So it's just really weird. What's the name of your new computer? Oh, that's a good question. I have no idea. Oh, gosh. Let me see. It's a Dell. It's real frustrating, because that's why my husband got me a new computer, because my laptop is it's on its last leg, and it's, what type of Logitech? Oh, dear. Is there something on here that tells me what it is? Probably not. Um, uh, Hold on. I got the little box right in the other room. Hold on. Don't tell me I'm going to have to buy another camera. This is what I have. And see, what kind of baffles me is it works with my computer. I can make videos, I can, it works. It just won't work with YouTube. But it works with YouTube on my laptop. I don't get it. Because I would think if it was the camera and my computer, it wouldn't do anything with my computer. But it recognizes it. I click on camera, it pops up. Um, it's weird. Oh, Darla, that's what you have? So, and then another thing, from day one, um, after I start streaming, I can't go in and turn the manual focus on and off. I can't do that. And even if I do that before, once I live stream, it's like taking on a life of its own. It doesn't even do whatever I told it to do before. And I can't go in and I can't and I can't leave it on because then it won't let me live stream because it says it's in use somewhere else. So I have to close it out, which cancels out, you know, turning off the autofocus. I don't know. Does everybody have all these problems? Sometimes I feel it's just me because other people just like go on and do their thing, you know. I think I must be technically challenged or something because, oh, so you had the same problem too. Oh boy. And did it say loading when you were, are you talking about when you were trying to go on YouTube? Oh, see, and that's what's happening with my new computer. It's fine. It's this works perfectly fine with my laptop. But because it was ready to croak any day and it was really getting really slow and bogged down even though we kept, cleaning it up, it was just overheating and turning off. So my husband says, "You better get one before." No, my old computer is not a Dell. My old computer is what? What is this? This is, what is it? It's an HP. My laptop's an HP. Oh, I know, Jennifer. It's crazy. Crazy. I was tempted to go put this on my husband's computer and see if it worked. And if it worked, because he has a fast computer too. And I thought, okay, if it works on his, I'll just switch computers with him. Because, he has a desktop too. So um, I just switch with him. I did that, Darla. I thought I was so smart. I go, oh, why don't I put it into another port? I thought it was real smart, that'll probably do it. No. Even when I changed to make sure that I was going through Google, because I remember when I tried to do something on Facebook, my on my other computer, it won't even acknowledge it unless you go through Google to live stream. So my the new computer is like, I can't even tell you how many times faster than my laptop. That's why my husband got this computer for me, because it is faster. So that was the whole reason in getting it. So my slow pokey one works. but the the new and improved one, it won't. It just ugh. Yeah, exactly. But I think over the weekend, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this over to my husband's computer and see if I can live stream through his computer. And if I can, we're going to do the switcheroo because my husband doesn't do any of this stuff, so it doesn't really matter to him. Yeah, my husband looked at it, but you know what? My husband knows so much stuff about stuff, but there's some things he knows absolutely nothing about, and this is one of them. I mean, he said, "Did you do this?" I go, "Yeah." "Did you do that?" "Yeah." "Did you try this?" "Yes." "How about that?" "Yes." Everything he asked me, I had already done it because I really wanted to try and figure it out on my own. And he goes, "Huh." I'm going, "Oh no, that's not a good sound." That is not a good sound when he goes, "Huh." So, yeah. And it's funny, because when you get something, you think it's what you need. Like, for instance, my printer. My printer is now, oh man, time goes by so fast. It's probably almost 2 years that I got my printer. All right. And I love my printer. I'm not complaining about my printer in, you know, 100%. I'm going to qualify that. What I didn't realize when I bought it, and I didn't know that I needed to think about these things, is the printer that I have does not print, um what's the word, borderless. And I didn't know. I thought there would be like a choice. It would be a choice in there, but it's not. Mine will never print borderless. It's not an option. You had to get like the next one up. Why? I don't know. And by the time I like figured it out and went crazy trying to figure out how to print borderless, and then finally realized you can't, um then it was like way too late to take it back and get the other one, go one up higher. So in one respect, I feel kind of stuck with this one. um but it was because I didn't know what to look for. I didn't know that some computers did and some computers didn't. I mean, printers did and some printers didn't. So, you know, there you go. You live and learn. So, I guess I'll let you guys go for the 10th time so I can go get something done and get back to the house before it starts really raining. I think it's just a little sprinkle right now, but we're supposed to get like torrents later on. I want to stay as dry as possible. Check your computer info to see what you have for a graphics card and see what your camera requires. Well, I know my graphics card is bigger than the one in the substantially bigger than the one that's in my laptop. My husband made sure of that. So I honestly don't think that's the problem. It's, the graphics card is greater, the speed is so much more. It's just a nicer computer. a lot nicer computer. But I think when I get done here, I'm gonna take my camera over there just for the heck of it and see what happens. He may be getting a brand new computer for himself. Oh gosh. I know, CJ. I think, you might be right. But then what do I know what I'm supposed to get? I don't know what camera I'm supposed to get to work with this. And I just don't have money sitting around to go around buying new everything. It's 2 years. Uh-oh. I'm sure a shower party doesn't mean what I think it means. A shower party. I don't think she's going to have a bunch of ladies come over in the shower and have a party, but good night, Maria. Have fun. Look for those black beans. Don't be sorry, Maria. It's a good way to start your day. Okay. Good night, everybody. Everybody's in a good mood. Time to go get something done. And I'm going to go and go play with my husband's computer. That's right, Marie. We can have a party all by ourselves. Oh, dear. All right. Thanks again for keeping me company and giving me ideas and figure out I have to probably spend some money. I hope not. All right. Stay warm or cold or whatever it is you want to do. I'm going to try and stay dry. All right. Good night, ladies.